Okay, this question comes from John Thoman. Goes on to say, I'm an amateur and new to TIG welding with a new machine. I need some ideas of what went wrong. My pulse was turned off. I was trying to establish a puddle at about 17 CFH, as I recall now. Tungsten out of the cup about 3/16 of an inch. I tried lower amperages and finally maybe the puddle was beginning. I probably needed a few more amps. I could see the arc, I think. I pulled the electrode out of the puddle before the arc just quit, so I don't think that was a problem. The arc seemed to be going along fine, and then it started pulsing very, very bright for 2 or 3 seconds before I realized that I'd better let off the trigger. My helmet didn't dim or arc or anything at all. What happened? Well, John, first of all, I've got to take a look at a couple of things. One is, I don't know if you're AC welding or DC welding, but the fact that you have a trigger and you know what contamination is, I would look at that, because if you contaminate, you may not have had enough amperage to create a puddle, so you were trying to get closer to the puddle, you contaminated your tungsten, so the light emissions were all over the place. So take a look at that. If that is the case, stop, regrind your tungsten, and start all over again. But make sure that you can see a puddle before you start adding filler material. Now, secondly, take a look at the helmets you have. You may have one of the quick change helmets, very common, and there's sensitivity settings in that helmet. If you don't have that in your helmet, then maybe you should get something that has sensitivity. The third thing is this. I don't know what kind of gas you were using. I don't know if you were using straight argon, but if you try to use your MIG mix, which is a 75% argon CO2, just know that that CO2 will flare up. It's a reactive gas. It's not an inert gas. So take a look at those 3 items and see if that takes care of your problem. Also, go on Weld.com. We have all kinds of instructional videos, how to get started with the bead on plate. So thanks for your question.